everybody, and welcome to the Labyrinth of Limitations for a very special episode. I am here in the home of my friend and teacher and just inspiration in a lot of ways for my YouTube channel, Chris Parks.
Yes. Hello, everybody. We just made a video on my channel, and now we thought we would return the favor with Tom's channel.
Yeah.
We got this going to be some good stuff.
So, you know, we were looking at a little bit more of the single note line melodic playing on Chris's channel, and now we're going to look at the more harmonic things that we can do where we're playing notes at the same time with kind of the similar family explorations and focusing on triads, but with a couple of extra tricks that we're going to have fun with.
Yeah, so we were talking about the B diminished. We were thinking about Barry's creation theory, and we started with B diminished, and we said, where do you find the four family members for the dominants? And we lowered one note a half step, and then we got our four dominants. We got G7, we got B flat 7, we got D flat 7, and we got E7. But in our idea, what I was thinking about for runs, I cut out the 7th. I said, let's just take the triads.
So instead of like saying this would be from that diminished chord, this would be G7 if I lower the G sharp, or D flat 7, or B flat 7, or E7. So instead of that, I would just have the notes that are the triad, right? But we're going to play them in a nice little simple form.
Correct. Yep,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So, and of course, and being guitarists, we can take something nice and simple like just a nice root position G triad and just move it up by minor thirds up the neck, right? So Chris can
So
do
there's
that.
our G, there's our B flat, there's our D flat, and there's our E.
Right. And then we can start to already do something kind of pretty by doing that and moving it into the diminished by raising the root of each one of those. And what's so nice about that is that it seems so simple on our instrument, but that is pretty kind of complex music making. It's very colorful, it's very pretty, it's very nice, very satisfying.
Love the sound. Can we give him an example? Like, let me play a 2/5 and you maybe do that run.
Yeah, I'll just do that thing.
Minor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
Beautiful. Love it. Love that sound.
Yeah, so then if we're going to do that, now we want to start doing the thing we always do on Chris's and my channel that, you know, Barry taught us to do, which is starting to move things through, you know, in a bit. So for example, even just doing that, well, we can do it in root position voicings.
Which is what we did, the root, third, and fifth. So the next step should be third, fifth, and root.
Yeah, third, fifth, and root.
So you do the first one.
Okay. Whoops.
Love it. But you know what? I have to see that on the different string sets too.
Yeah, we do. So I see what you're doing. Yeah, that's nice. Because we were starting on strings 4, 3, and 2, so we'll stay it's a nice thing, I say this a lot to my students, to stay as close as we can to where we are when kind of developing ideas so that we stay real thorough, right? So if I'm on these strings, so I like the Chris thought to go, I'm staying really close to that area, and so now I'm on D flat major is what I'm on, and then I'll raise the second string note, and then I just have to go up a minor third. That's what Chris did. Did I do that correctly? I did.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That was pretty.
That was perfect. That's pretty stuff.
So then, you know, same thing. How about I'll do... You know, and what's nice there is that you did this, and I did this right there, which is like I'm not really I'm playing an E triad on top of the G,
which is family member.
Which is a family member, and some of the times he's playing here. You know, here it's like D flat major against that. And it sounds. Just play that. Let's just hear just that D flat one. Yeah, it's nice. It just comes out. It comes out great. So you don't have to like police so much everybody involved when you're playing with family, because it comes out these beautiful color combinations. Right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
So we should do from the fifth now.
Yeah, we should do it from the fifth.
So that would be with the fifth and the bass. So I'll do
You gonna stay on the same string sets? Or?
I guess I'll stay. Yeah, let's stay on the same. So here's the G again. So it looks like I guess the guitar player could think of it as their D major chord. That's the D major shape. It's pretty.
Yeah. Are you doing whole step movements?
No,
No, you're not. No,
it's still minor
it's
thirds.
really minor thirds. Yeah, I just got. Yes, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I got it. So I like that. So then you're.
Love that.
That's pretty. And then but then we could stay on the fourth third. So is that with the fifth in the bass? If we were to do that, we could do
That's
that.
also pretty. I'm partial to that because it's easy to play.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
I love that sound too.
Now, so then if we got that type, so then we did roots in the bass. So, and then we did thirds in the bass.
Which is
Yeah, or as you advised, or that one too. All the variations, all the string sets, and then we got fifths in the bass that we did.
I like this one.
Yeah, and then we could do, okay, so we've done that. Now what about another thing, thinking of this family thing. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've got my B flat dominance, so I've got B flat major triad. I move my B up to B natural and it goes into the diminished chord, but just in this 3-note structure. I can go up above that.
You played a D flat, right?
I played a D flat.
So D flat is just another family member.
Yeah.
So we have G, B flat, D flat, and E. So you took a B flat triad, you made it into the diminished, but then you took that same note and moved it up another whole step, which gave us another family member.
Yeah, I love that.
But wait, you did a nice one. What'd you do before?
Yeah,
You
with
did-
some of
Yes. Oh man.
All those little things. You go up another one. Yeah, all the things.
Yeah, I like.
I didn't do that better.
Love it.
So pretty, all those. So that is all that is just thinking. Really, in my mind, I'm thinking of this kind of, or either way, I'm going up by minor thirds, and I'm almost. You don't have to do all of them. You can do all of them. It's so nice, right?
Beautiful. But then Tom came up with this interesting idea because I was saying that the dominance and the diminished that they come from, if you were a person that studied music, you could say, well, all of that comes from the diminished scale. So that's something that it can come from, which is true, but you probably wouldn't get to this kind of pretty stuff if you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
But then Tom said, but part of Barry's theory is also, when you go down a half step, you come up with the dominance, the 4 dominants. But if you take a same diminished and you raise a note a half step, you get.
Yeah, so then, oh man, okay, so these are really pretty. So let's see, I'll do a root position one first. So like say, so let me make sure I got this right. So I got, so I have my G major. So let's take, maybe I'll start with the diminished. And we got this, it goes down a G. And I got my D minor 6. That's the simplest way to show it real quick.
Yeah,
That's
when you lower the note, you get the dominant. If you take that same note and raise it, now you get what Barry likes to refer to as the minor 6 on the 5th. So the minor 6 on the 5th of G7 is D minor 6. But what's pretty is, since we did G7 and we just made a G major triad,
Yeah.
Tom said it might be nice if we take D minor 6, and instead of making a D minor 6, let's just make a D minor triad.
And then we go, so, or like that.
Really pretty stuff.
So we go, and then we go. That's really pretty.
Beautiful,
Just a
beautiful.
few of those I could have.
Yes. But show him the really great one. Tom did a beautiful one. He did D minor.
Oh yeah.
And then he did
like
the
this.
tritones minor. So if we're thinking G7, D minor 6, right? And then we think the tritones minor. The tritone is D flat,
because we have G7 from that same diminished. I get G7. I move the G natural back up to G sharp, making it diminished. Move it up once more. I get D minor 6. A is the 5th of that chord. Now I'll go back to my diminished. Now I'll look at the D note, move it down. That's the tritone. That's the D flat 7. But then A flat minor 6.
Beautiful. Love it.
But then we're just going to look at just the triads of that. So
and
then
instead of raising a note, now we're lowering a note, obviously. Yep.
And then, oh, I got this. And then,
yeah.
Oh,
So hold on, let me say. Awesome.
That's pretty.
Awesome.
That's so
I
pretty.
love the sound of that.
So then, of course, we have to start moving around. So we need to look at, that was root position.
Root position again.
So then we got to do the third.
So the third was.
Now look at the trick. You got to find the 5th in the chord.
So I found that's right. So we say right. So before when we were doing the dominants, you had to find the root of the dominants. Now that we're doing the minor 6s or the minors, we have to do the 5th, and then we have to think to lower it instead of raise it. So we got.
So that's the 5th of D minor.
And then
that's
let's
moving
do
down.
that A flat.
Yeah, I love that.
And then, so wait, hold on.
So,
oops.
so now,
Oh man, I love that sound.
that's
I
nice.
love that sound.
That's really cool.
Ooh, now from
Okay, so now from the 5th. Oh, and these are fun. So then the 5th, this is D minor. So I'm gonna go like that, and then, you know, you got it. So that's it. And then we got.
okay, so let me say.
Whoa. Those are
Man.
nice.
But you did something.
Yeah,
You did some
I was
sort of-
doing like, I was going, let me do that, babe. It's tricky, though. So I was going,
Wow.
So nice. All
That's
these kind of
beautiful stuff.
little textures like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So the point also is that Tom and I were talking about how those can come. The first things we did with the dominants, those can come from the diminished scale.
Right, but then, yeah, so you might say, like, that's what you're gonna, yeah, is you might say, like, well, all of this is just octatonic thinking, you're moving around, but then, really, and this is what Chris said before, it's kind of, when you really listen, it's kind of clear, though, that you're thinking triadic, because there's a consistency to the sound, you know, so you can kind of hear that, and that has a color to it. But then, additionally, when we start doing this minor 6 logic, that's not in the diminished scale that we were looking at.
Nope. And
That's a different thing.
that has just as beautiful sounds. I love that. That D. I'm gonna practice that. The D minor and the A flat minor. That stuff is great.
Yeah, that's
I gotta
pretty.
get that in my hands.
And this is, you know, and so then this is, we're just staying really consistently with triads because we like to kind of explore a lot on the thing that we're looking at. But then you could also then start to open it up, and maybe in a future episode, I'll talk about looking at adding the 7th back in or adding the 6th back in to these harmonies and what kind of things you can get when you've been like really focusing on this kind of looking at it, which is
And
really
a spoiler, he was doing that before. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So whenever he makes that episode, you definitely gotta watch that for sure.
But this is a real treat. I'm so glad that I got to be out here on the East Coast.
Yeah, man. It's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Super fun.
Yeah.
More to come, guys. So take care and keep practicing.